Namaskar Rex, Namaskar Rocco, Namaskar Susanna, Namaskar Zeddy, Namaskar Quinn, Namaskar Rowan, Namaskar Oliver, Namaskar Mason, Namaskar Lincoln, Namaskar Leo, Namaskar Joel, Namaskar James, Namaskar Henry, Namaskar Harley, Namaskar Griffin, Namaskar Gemma, Namaskar Franny, Namaskar Ella, Namaskar Chloe, Namaskar Brandon, Namaskar B, Namaskar Simon, Namaskar friends, Namaskar friends. Hi friends, I hope you're having a great day today. So we are still talking about this country with the peninsula. You guys remember a peninsula is a piece of land that is surrounded by water on three sides. The peninsula on India is surrounded by the Indian Ocean. So we've been learning about the biomes of India. And a biome is a place, it's a kind of land where specific kinds of animals and plants live due to the habitat there. So you guys know that different animals like different kinds of land and different kinds of weather. So we've talked about some really, really dry land in India. We learned about the Thar Desert in India. That's a dry land. It's a different biome than the Himalayan mountains that we also learned about. So the Thar Desert and the Himalayas have different kinds of plants and different kinds of animals. We know that in the desert, there's not a lot of things that can live there because it's so dry and not very much water. But up in the Himalayan mountains, and remember this is the mountain range that has the tallest mountain in the whole world called Mount Everest, and that's actually over here in China. So this has more plants and animals that can live there because it has more water. And we know that all plants and animals need plenty of water for life, right? So today, we're going to learn about a biome that is the opposite of the desert. This biome has a canopy. Interesting. This biome has so many plants, and inside this biome, it rains almost every single day. This biome starts with a it's over here on this coast of India, and it's called a rainforest. India has 5 big rainforests, and we know that rainforests have lots and lots of water, but in order to be a tropical rainforest, you also have to have lots of, what is that big star at the very center of the universe? Sun. So we need lots of heat and we need lots of water to make a rainforest. I wonder if you guys remember this imaginary line that goes all the way around the earth. You guys remember what this line is called? This line is called the equator. And we know that the closer you are to the equator, the hotter and hotter it gets. So a lot of times, most of our rainforests are close to the equator because it takes heat and rain to make a rainforest. And we see that the equator doesn't touch India. It doesn't go through India, but it's pretty close to India. It's funny to look at Asia because this part of Asia is close to the equator, and the equator runs through these islands over here. But let's look way up here at Russia. Do you think that that is a biome of the rainforest? This is actually the tundra. It's very, 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 very cold up there. And we know that it's really cold because it's way far away from the equator. So parts of India are close to the equator. And up here, the farther north you go, the cooler the weather is going to become. I brought you a picture to look at of one of the rainforests inside India. You see all of those beautiful trees, some mountains. Looks like there's a river running through it. Interesting. So some animals we talked about that lived in the desert were the cobra and a camel, and we know that there's lizards and scorpions. But inside the rainforest, there's lots of interesting life. There's lots of little monkeys in the rainforest. There's lots of amphibians in the rainforest. This is a big old toad. There's salamanders, another amphibian. There's another frog. The rainforest in India has the most one-horned rhinoceroses in the whole world. Pythons. Alligators. And we have tarsiers. And we even have Asian elephants that actually live in the rainforest. When I was thinking about an elephant in a rainforest, I thought it was pretty silly because we know that elephants are the largest land mammal on Earth. And in the rainforest, there are so many trees. They're everywhere. You could hardly even walk without bumping into a tree. And if you think about how humongous an elephant is, it must be kind of tricky for that elephant to get around the rainforest. Same thing with the one-horned rhino. It must be kind of a trick for them to get around the rainforest. I wanted to read a little bit about rainforests in here. Now, this book talks about rainforests not only in Asia, but in North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe. Don't forget Australia. Don't forget Antarctica. Those are the continents around the world. So this book talks about the rainforests all over the planet. Let's read this book and see what we can learn about rainforests. Life in the rainforest. Tropical rainforests are hot and rainy places full of giant trees and leafy plants. More than half of the world's plants and animal species live in the rainforest habitats. Tropical rainforests are found near the equator in regions of Central and South America, Africa, Asia, and Australia. The average year-round temperature in the rainforest is 80 degrees. The average yearly rainfall is up to 260 inches compared to the 34 inches a year for the rest of our planet. Gosh, what a pretty picture. The world's largest rainforest is in South America, down here in South America. It is called the Amazon rainforest. From the air, this forest looks like a vast green carpet covering over 1 million square miles. All of the millions of trees and plants in the rainforest take in the carbon dioxide from the air and give off oxygen. Humans and animals all over the world breathe oxygen from the rainforest. Sounds like this is a really important place to all of the living things on Earth. But today, the lives of all of the creatures and plants in the rainforest are in danger. Every minute, 100 acres of rainforest trees are being destroyed. That's the size of 50 football fields. The most common method of land clearing is called slash and burn. Workers cut down the big trees and they set everything else on fire. Ranchers use most of the cleared land for raising cattle. Some of the cattle meat finds its way to fast food restaurants in North America, where it is sold as hamburgers. Sometimes loggers cut trees for lumber. Mahogany, ebony, and rosewood wood, which are used to make furniture, pencils, and other products, come from the rainforest. The rainforest and all of the living things in it need our help. By helping them, we are really helping ourselves. You can help the rainforest. You can write to your representatives in Congress and ask them to work to save the rainforest. Write to groups that protect the rainforest for more ideas and information. So they just said some words. They said the word Congress. And remember, we talked about countries, how Asia has 50 different countries, and North America has 24 countries. Our country in North America is the United States. Each one of these countries has their own flag and their own culture and their own government. Congress is a part of our government here in the United States of America. And if you wanted, you could write a letter to the Congress, to the government of the United States of America, and you could tell them that you're concerned about the rainforests. Oh, wow. So the rainforest has 3 layers. It has the canopy up here, it has the understory right here, and it has the ground layer. And what's really, really interesting is each one of these sections of the rainforest has different kinds of living things inside of it. The rainforest has 3 main levels. The bottom level is the ground layer. Above it, the bushy understory, and the top is the canopy. Very little light can pass through the heavy canopy, making the rainforest quite dark. So you guys see how thick the canopy is up here. The sun's rays have a hard time reaching down to the bottom, to the ground layer down here. So it's kind of a dark place. Ah, woo, 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 ah! Way high up in the treetops, the howler monkey cries to mark its territory. You can hear the chilling sounds from as far away as 2 miles. Howler monkeys may be red, black, or brown, and like most monkeys in the rainforest, the howlers use its tail like a hand to grasp things and to swing in between the trees and the thick liana vines. Wow. It would be fun to be a monkey living in the rainforest, wouldn't it? Oh man, look how colorful these birds are. Brightly colored parrots and toucans join the chorus of rainforest animals. They make their homes in the holes in the trees. Parrots use their strong bills to crack hard nuts and seeds, and toucans prefer figs and other soft fruits. Beautiful birds. The powerful jaguar is the most feared animal in the forest. It climbs a tree and it lies flat on a tree branch, and suddenly it spots its victim, and with a loud and deep roar, it pounces. The bromeliad plant, which looks like the top of a pineapple, grows on a tree limb. Its center fills with as much as 2 gallons of rainwater. Salamanders, tree frogs, snails, and beetles make their homes here. The bromeliad gets food in an unusual way. It feeds on the nutrient-rich waste products of the insects and the small animals that live in its pools of water. I think I see Joel right here, you guys. Do you see Joel hiding there? I thought I saw Joel hiding right there. The tamandua, or the collared anteater, eats ants and termites on the ground and in the trees. It breaks open the nests with its sharp claws, and then it whips out a foot-long sticky tongue, which it uses to catch scurrying insects. Wow. Army ants are large and brown and red and yellow in color. They sweep through the rainforest in huge numbers, eating everything in their way. Their favorite foods are insects and spiders. But they will eat any animal that cannot escape their attack. The emerald tree boa hangs from trees and snatches passing animals. And then the powerful snake curls up and crushes its victims before swallowing it whole. After a large meal, the boa may sleep for a week. The emerald tree boa can live for months without eating. Its favorite meal, though, is a small mammal, such as a mouse possum. The boa can open its jaws wide enough to swallow the animal in one gulp. Oh, wow, I see butterflies. This is called a blue morpho butterfly, a passion vine butterfly, a green helicorneus butterfly, and a clear-winged butterfly. Giant, colorful butterflies flit among the trees, taking sips of nectar from the flowers. The butterflies' bright colors blend in with the bright hues of the flowers and help them escape from their enemies. The clear-winged butterfly is an exception. Its wings are clear enough that they are see-through. Wow. Oh, look at all these pretty flowers. We have a passion flower and a hibiscus, a coral bean, and an orchid. The bright colors of orchids, passion flowers, and other tropical flowers sparkle in the dark rainforest. The widely scattered plants depend on insects and birds to pick up and spread out the pollen from their flowers. Many streams and rivers crisscross the rainforest. Crocodiles, tapirs, basilic lizards, and anaconda snakes are found in and on and around these waters. This is a person that lives in the rainforest in South America, the Amazon rainforest. More than 200 million people live in the rainforests of the world. The native people find nearly everything that they need among the plants and animals that live there. Members of the Yanomami tribe bake bread made from the root of the cassava plant. Interesting. So this person comes from a rainforest called the Amazon rainforest in South America. But the people that live in the rainforests of India, they live off of the rainforest too. And those people have lived there for a very, 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 very long time. And they still live very much the way that they lived way, 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 way a long time ago. But what's happening is their homes are being cut down. Not only are the homes of the monkeys and the elephants and the tarsiers and the one-horned rhinos being cut down, but these people who have learned to live off of the land for a long time are being pushed into tiny spots in the rainforest because other people are coming and cutting down the rainforests. So it's our job, one thing that I know that we can do is we can make sure we use recycling paper. rather than getting new paper every time we do a project, and that will help the rainforests. Remember, if you wanted to write a letter to your government in the United States, you could write a letter and saying that you were concerned about the rainforests of the whole world, because we know that those rainforests give us the oxygen that we need, and we know that they are home to lots of wonderful plants and animals and people. Shall we sing Anile, and we'll say goodbye for the day? 1, 2, 3. Anile, anile, va, va, va. Ayaki, anile, va, va, va. Chipmunk, chipmunk, come, come, come. Beautiful chipmunk, come, come, come. Climb way up the guava tree. Bring a ripe fruit down to me. Anile, anile, va, va, va. Ayaki, anile, va, va, va. Thanks, friends.